Happy Monday, if you can say that, ever. Said no one ever. Happy Monday. Said no one ever.
It's the start of a new week. Okay.
It's a new beginning, a new opportunity for a beautiful week.
Yeah. Yeah. Or at least another week. No, I'm kidding. Hi, you guys. I hope everybody's doing good.
Well, welcome. It's Funday Monday, and so we're turning that blah Monday into a fun day, and it's just I just love connecting with your loved one, pet loved ones, and animal loved ones. So this is actually a highlight of my week, and I get to spend it with Mark. So that even is that's icing on the cake that we get to hang out. Truly, I feel we are definitely siblings or something.
I
know. But I love it.
I know. It's that weird thing that happens occasionally when you just feel like, what? I feel like I know her so well,
Yeah.
and I don't really at all, but it feels like I do.
Yeah, it's like that. So
it's like we've been friends for a long time, and I just barely know you.
I know, but I tell you what, if we ever got together, it would be like we've known each other for.
I think that too.
Yeah, it's kind of how it goes.
We could probably talk for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, welcome everyone, and for this time together where we can just kind of take a breath from what's happening in the globe. However, continue to hold space for them at the same time. We can do that. We can actually do that. We do not have to sit in the heavy energy. So we don't have to feel the heavy energy all the time to know that we are continuing to hold space for them. It doesn't mean we feel heavy. We can hold space for them, continual. Or if you're solidarity, you can hold space within for them, and not have to sit in the heavy. It doesn't mean you're not doing your job, right? It doesn't mean as empaths we're not doing our job. Hi, Renee. Tarot Love Communities in the house.
Hi, Renee. And I think part of our job right now is to hold a positive space and kind of hold on to faith that things will work out. You know, we have to try to stay as positive as possible in the midst of horrible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those guys, they just want us to love them, the Ukrainian people. They, you know, I just feel this, please recognize us as a part of the world family, and that, you know, we don't deserve this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And but as empaths, I know you all are. Don't feel you have to sit in that heavy energy to be doing the work, right? We do not have to stay in that heavy energy and continue to do the work. Mark and I were talking how exhausted we are from this last, just all week long. Today was the first day we were just saying, today's the first day I felt like, okay, I have a little energy back. But it's been a hard week on all of us adjusting and trying to figure this out. So you're not alone, everyone. And I just want to do special prayers for the gal in Ukraine who I think she must have been like 21, 22. Beautiful gal who stayed behind in Ukraine to do good and to help and to bring food and to bring supplies. And she was kind of that go-between. And while she was on her way to bring dog food to a shelter, she was shot and killed in her car. Yeah. So I want to just give a special love to her, and also to her family and friends who's lost this beautiful angel. And that's just one story, guys. That's one story. And then you see the story of the Ukrainian the Ukrainian gal who's standing there, an older woman who's standing there with her big orange cat, and she's flipping off the Russian tanks as they drive by, and she's standing with the cat. And so
yeah, I see a lot of people with their pets,
yeah.
taking their pets with them. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like, I mean, I just keep seeing a lot. And then I also saw some woman who's at least my age or older with her rifle ready to like take them out. You know,
Totally.
you know, like grandma's age, and she's going, screw them, I'm going to shoot them in the head. You know what?
Exactly. They're like, you know.
So my heart goes out, you know, and I'm very, what do you call it? When your emotions just I can't think of the word now. Empathetic.
Yeah.
Empathic, I guess. I don't know.
Empathic.
So, you know, and you know how it is, you go, well, I need to check in, you know, have they blown up the world or whatever? You know, I have to kind of look in and see how's it going. But then I notice after a few minutes, I get so emotionally
too much
overwhelmed that I have to step aside. Now, that doesn't mean I don't care. It's that I care too much, kind of is what it is. But I know I have to kind of stay strong, and rather than get all overwhelmed with that, step aside and just send more love as best I can, you know. Yeah. Now, you know, I'm that person that feels like those souls came here on some level to do this experience, much like we here had to deal with what we've had to deal with. Now, that doesn't mean that that's great or anything.
It's okay, but
no,
we still have to respond.
Even that, we need to give them our love and our support, knowing, well, you volunteered to be in this part of the country and go through this, you know, right in your face, whereas we're other places watching it happen. But, you know, just like we choose to be here to be supportive, then that's what I mean by I can't get overwhelmed and then stop what I'm supposed to be doing, which is sending them love and energy and aligning with them, just affirming that they're my brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
And nobody deserves this kind of treatment. Nobody. So
no one. And so, however, it has spurred us on to make a emergency kit for our cat, just in case we have to jet out. And, you know, with the way things are going and the weather, all the crazy weather stuff we're going through and like that, we definitely do need to be prepared. And so we were putting together an emergency kit for Luna now because of this. So.
And that just gives you peace of mind. So rather then you don't have to worry about that anymore. You know, you can just feel prepared, because I'm going to get a generator too and hook it up. Just because I don't want to be without power, you know, for an extended period of time, if I can prevent it, you know.
Exactly. So we just need to be prepared. And I'm sure all of you already have your kits together. I'm just a little bit behind, even though I encourage it. You know, do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
I love, you know, Kevin's in the house. Kevin, the healing medium.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. And I just love that he's going to gift Ron. I saw this vintage French tarot deck. That's awesome.
Cool.
Very cool. Those are cool. I have a French one as well.
Why do you want to give it? Why do you want to give it to Ron of all people? Hi, Ron. I love you. You know it.
He's the only one that can read it.
Yeah. You know, yesterday I went a little crazy and I went tarot card shopping online.
Oh no!
And I bought a bunch. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, you can. I mean, and then, but it's so fun to get them and open them up. I know.
I know. I can't wait. So I ordered them from all different places, so they're all coming from everywhere. So I'm so excited. I think I got like about 6 new decks.
That is awesome.
And I'm not even a good tarot reader, but I
Matter.
found some really cool cards. There's a new deck called Psychedelic Alien deck. And so it's just like the Rider-Waite, but it's all aliens and psychedelic colors. So I had to have that. I can't wait.
Oh, I want that one.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't have a pen and paper, but I'll get it later.
Yeah.
Psychedelic alien deck. That would be fun. Lisa ordered me a deck for me. It was out of my price range, and she gifted it to me. So I'm super excited to get that one.
Yeah. Yeah. This that card deck I ordered was pretty expensive, but it was so cool looking. I had to get it.
Oh boy. Okay, so that means I have to hold off for a minute, but I will.
Yeah.
I got to get through taxes first, and then I'll know.
I know. I got all my stuff together. I got to call my tax girl.
Yeah, I have to call my tax girl.
Is that you?
All right. Well, let's get into. I see. So we have. So if you have questions, go ahead and throw them up on the chat, and I can star them. But let's dive in and get into some of these.
Okay.
Oh, good. Shelly just threw one up too. See what's happening here. All right. We have. I think this one can move first.
You guys go so fast on the. I get way behind on the chat so quick.
I know. And sometimes it's like you think you see them all, but you really don't. They just.
Yeah, Tony, you're right. I would like Oracle cards. And actually, that's what I started. I was looking for Oracle cards because I wanted a new deck that I liked. And I couldn't really find anything. But then I found all kinds of tarot.
Right. Ron, I checked last night and it says it's still in transit. I don't know what they did with your cards. I think Ron's cards went all over the country before it even left the US to get to Canada.
What the?
Yeah, and Ron ordered literally, if you're in the US, you get them within 2 days. So I don't know, Ron, but I did check last night on yours, and they're in transit.
Yeah, mine came really quick.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So most people are getting them like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 2 days. Actually, it was.
A month. Kevin,
I ordered mine on the weekend too, so I think there was even a Sunday in there or something, but they still came really quick.
Yay. I love it. All right. My dog of 18 and a half years has a tumor behind her heart, diagnosed October 2019. She's still with us. Doctor wants me to put her down before tumor bursts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. When should I do it? Okay. So we won't be able to tell you when, but we certainly can check in and see how she's doing.
Right. 18 and a half. And do I see the doggy's name? No.
Virgo, can you let us know her name? We love names, you guys. I'm just sorry that you're going through this with her, though.
Kevin, the healing medium, I want you to come on my show one of these days once I get it together. Oh, let's see. Virgo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm looking for any response from her. Virgo, are you still here?
I just love to have the doggy's name. Okay.
I don't see her coming in. Thank you, Gina. Should we pause on this one and wait till she comes in? We have other questions to look at.
Yeah, because she may have come in early to put that, because I saw that question before we.
Yeah, because it was the first one on. Yeah.
So, well, let's just go on to the next one, and then she comes. We'll come back to this.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. We will look at this one. All right. Can you look at how a kitty family who fled to Kharkov, Ukraine is doing? British short hair, William and Bassie, Little Yuppie, Cola, Fanta, Pepsi, Sprite, older sibling Dolia, and human Lydia. Thanks. Okay.
And is Lydia the one that's got all these cats making a big escape from Ukraine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a passel of kitties.
It,
1,
I'm
2,
just
3,
loving
4,
Cola,
5, 6, 7, 8 kitties.
Yuppie, Cola, Bassie,
Fanta,
Fanta,
Pepsi, Sprite. I like that.
and Dolia. Oh,
There's Dr. Pepper. Okay.
where's Dr. Pepper? Okay. One of these babies.
Oh, kitty family. Well,
Okay.
Well, are you doing cards or just listening?
I was just checking in with the energy and what I'm being seen. I see them. I see them, so I feel like that means safe. But I don't know if they've landed yet, right? So I don't know if they're at the other end, like maybe still in travel, or maybe.
Yeah. It feels like they're kind of just going for the ride. I feel like some of them are pretty young and they're kind of just tumbling along, look like they're in boxes or something, and going along, kind of trusting the inner, it's the girl, Lydia, who's having, having the hardest time. As you can imagine, trying to keep up with them all and make sure they're all okay, and just carrying them and stuff has been a challenge. And she's had a few like setbacks or delays.
Mm-hmm.
So it's taken her a little longer than she hoped. But even though she's stressed out, and who wouldn't be, but she's still managing with all of them.
And I feel she's received some help along the way.
Yep.
Some good Samaritans along the way as well.
Yep.
They're showing me that.
Yeah, because I feel like there might be a little bit of struggly time, but then she gets to a spot where people help her.
Yeah.
And I can see other people going, here, let me help you carry that. And because I feel like it's a lot to handle just physically for a person. And so people are helping her.
Yeah, they are. And I did end up throwing some cards just to kind of see an outcome, Marie, for Lydia and all the babies there. And I do feel someone's going to, offer her this help, and she's going to land strong. And then, yeah, we have the sun coming in there. So she's going to get there successfully and be grateful. I feel like, she'll be okay with all the babies. But we can absolutely kind of come alongside her right now as a group and surround her and all the babies with love and light and a dome of protection.
Marie says they have a large following on YouTube.
Oh, good. Well, there you go.
Says 1.5 million.
Well, there you go. There's your
She must
support.
be filming her journey or
Mm,
using her phone or something.
I bet.
She's going to accomplish it, I think. You know,
Oh, I do.
yeah. She's got all this energy behind her. And
People, when it's in the light like that, you have all that energy going towards her.
yeah.
So very positive, but
yeah,
I do feel it's going to end positively for her.
It's really helped her, you know, putting it online. And actually, more people could do stuff like that. And I think that will help as well, because you get the personal one-on-one story. And then it's really hard to not send love and stuff, because, you know, you see her struggling with all these kitties and you're going, oh God, we got to help her. So, you know, that does help. I think, you know, thank goodness for cell phones, because that has made a big difference. I think that's part of the reason he hasn't accomplished what he's wanted to so far, because people are able to get information anyway, even though he's done everything he can to keep it away from them. They're still getting it.
Yeah.
Soldiers are sending messages with their phones home and stuff. So, you know, you can't really stop that.
Here's the link to.
Oh, great. It's called Teddy Kittens. How cute.
All right. Thank you, Marie, for bringing that in here. Okay. Louisa, are you here? And it looks like Scotty is the name. We have a name.
So this is a different question though, right? Not the other one with the heart, with the tumor thing. No. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And Louisa, are you still here with us?
Louisa, incontinent, but he's not sick. He doesn't have much of a life now. I don't know if he wants to continue. I'm just out and can't make a decision.
Oh, yep. Still here. All right. Thank you, Louisa. Okay. Scotty can't walk and is incontinent, but he's not sick. So he's 12 years old. Let's check in with Scotty. And he's a collie.
Yeah.
I know that Louisa is hard, but I feel like he wants to hang around for a couple more months. I don't know what you're getting, Mark, but I feel like he's not, he knows this is hard and he hates that for everybody, but it's almost like he's not quite, he still wants to be with the family. And it's like I feel like a couple months around this.
Well, yeah. Hey, Scotty.
Yeah.
He's not looking to be put down.
Mm-mm.
No, he's not ready. Like Debbie said, here's the thing though. You can give him permission to pass on his own. So he wants to know it's okay if he has to transition. So, you know, just let him know that's okay. And that it's okay if he just transitions on his own terms. I feel like he wants to just, not immediately, but he wants to just, you know, go to sleep and pass at home. That's what it feels like. So that's why I'm getting, don't make a decision now. because you'd have to euthanize me, and I'm not quite ready for that.
Yeah, and he's also saying with that, Mark, I feel like there's something going on in the home that he feels like he needs to be there for. So he's still like he's not done with his job. So emotionally, so some kind of emotional support. He feels something is happening in the home, and he feels like he needs to be there at least a couple more months with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you would know where this fits. I'm not seeing that part, but.
Yep. Well, I just keep getting, I just want to be at home. So, I know. See, your question, I'm distraught and can't make a decision. Well, I think the decision now is to just let him be.
Yeah.
He says, I'm well cared for. I know the incontinence can be.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but.
And hard. And that's hard on you because it's a lot,
a lot more work. Yeah.
But he says, I still have value here at home, and I'm not ready to leave. So.
Yeah, she said I understand. Last time I took him to the vet, he looked me in the eyes, and I knew we had to go home together.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, blessings to you, Louisa. It's hard aging up.
Yeah. And that's not, that's not a horrible prediction that he might want to just pass peacefully at home. Actually, that's lovely. And he wants to just be there with his family. And that's what he's looking at doing. And that's kind of what he was telling you when you took him to the vet. This isn't the exit I'm looking for. And I know that sometimes we have this thought of, well, what if he's not able to pass peacefully? But I feel like he will be. Don't focus on that or anything. Don't create that by thinking, oh, he'll never be able to pass peacefully. Just affirm that he will in his own time when he's ready. That's what he would like for you to align with him. And, it's like, it's your choice, Scotty, and we'll respect your decision. It's like that. And I think you already know it. And, you were kind of asking for confirmation. But he is happy dealing with his illness at home with you guys. So,
yeah. Sending you lots of love and light, and Scotty. Yeah. Oh, all right. Thank you for being his mama.
Yep. He loves the time he spent with you, and he's just very grateful. Again, he's an animal soul that just has cherished his time with humans, and he's just felt very well cared for, very loved. And I think a lot of that is why he would rather just be there with the family, because he says this is where I belong. Okay, I'm not going to keep going.
No, we could. But if you would like a longer time with Mark, please contact him for a reading. And
right, Spirit Whisper 88 at gmail.com. Just drop me a line. We'll set something up.
Awesome.
Okay, Shelly. Does my son's male dog that's been staying with me for months have any messages for me about staying or going back with my son?
Oh, before we go into this question, I have to read Louisa. She said, I adopted an orphan cat before Christmas, and he's not very happy about it. He thinks he has to protect me from the cat. I will respect his choice. And I even thought about him passing at home. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
I feel like that's his plan. It's going to be just pretty easy, is what I think.
Okay, Shelly says his name is Thunder, and he's about 16 months old. So the male dog is Thunder, and he's about 16 months old. That's been
well, that's pretty young. How come he's not with his, how come you got him?
16.
I'm wondering.
So about almost a year and a half old.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if your son's maybe went away to school or is working.
Kelly wants to know when is this puppy who's chewing all my shoes up going back with my son?
Well,
Thunder. It's probably important not to name your pet's Thunder. I just
you could do Thor and doesn't.
He's precious though.
Well, I feel like he's getting awfully partial to you, Shelley. And beginning to think this is where he's supposed to be. I feel like your son is a little distracted, not in a bad way. I just feel like he's busy with stuff and looks like maybe he didn't have the kind of time that he thought. And I still see him busy doing stuff. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in the meantime, puppy, I don't think we know his name.
Thunder.
Thunder, yeah. That's right.
Kevin even feels like the energy of his name is a little bit curious. I like tapped right in there. I'm like, whoa, okay.
I don't know, but I feel like he's thinking that maybe he's going to be your dog.
What I'm hearing from Thunder too is like he's not. It's almost like he's still in foster care. You know what I mean? It's like not settled. Where do I belong type feeling, even though I know that you do a really good job with him. I don't see any of that. Like, but that underlining energy they can sense, like,
yeah, because you still haven't decided one way or another. So it's still going back and forth. I'm his dog. I'm your dog. I mean, whose dog am I? He's kind of waiting for you guys to make a decision. I just feel like at this time, and I don't know you or your son, that it looks like, yeah, like what False Teeth Real Tarot saying, like the son got him for you. Mm-hmm. It feels a little like that. And it might end up being your dog. And I feel like you're thinking, well, it wouldn't be too bad. I actually like him, like Thunder. So,
and yeah, and if you choose to go ahead and say, okay, he either needs to go back with you, son, or, I'm keeping him, at which point Kevin and I think maybe revisit that name or something. Visit the name for him. I don't know. I'm not sure he's connected to that name. And that's fun. Anyways, Thunders. Okay. It's like he doesn't want to. He's showing me he just doesn't want to be that side table. He wants to be a part of a family. He wants that last name, so to speak. You know what I mean? Yep. And you, even though he can be a little challenging at times, you adore him, and he feels that.
Yeah. No, he's getting more and more attached to you. And again, just like Debbie said, I think he wants a decision, kind of, if you can make it. Even if you just said, well, mom's going to keep him for 3 months and then I'm taking him for good or something, even if that decision. But right now it's to, who do I belong to? And he sees you more. He feels like he belongs to you. So,
Yeah. I'm going to specifically ask if her son is going to take him back. I mean, I feel he likes the idea of it. I just don't know that I just don't know if it's going to fit in what he's doing. Yeah, I don't feel like he's going to. That's interesting. Yeah. He may be letting it go. He may be letting that go. I got the coffin there. And I just see kind of you stepping in and committing to that. Mm-hmm. I know that it's going to be a little bit of hard work, but you're the right place for him. I just feel that that's where he's kind of sitting right now. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing with you, really. And plus, I feel like at the time when you got him, or when your son got him, it was a different circumstance, and then circumstances changed, and so I think your son's feeling a little, like, oh no, now what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So in the end, I feel like you're gonna end up with the dog, and it's a bouquet of flowers. I just feel like it's joy, a gift. In the end, like, it's just a reward. It's going to end up that it was always meant to be your dog.
Yeah, that harmony word just really popped out on that card to me.
Yeah,
bringing harmony and to the energy there in the house, and even though there may be chaos here and there, but literally that joy and harmony at the end. Yeah. Anyways, blessings to you, Shelly, as you.
Yeah, and everybody's going back and forth with trying to make this decision. It's going on in both your mind and in your son's mind. Of, God, we got to figure this out. Or now I have given mom something else to do that she wasn't really. There's a little bit of, oh gosh, I hope this all works out. So I just think if you talk about it for a minute, it's all going to be fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he would like to keep the dog, but I just don't feel like the timing is just right and what's going on in his life right now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay.
All right. We have Lori. Hi, Lori. Happy Monday, Funday Monday. I'm wondering if Olivero, my 17-year-old Shagya Arabian stallion that I rescued a year August, has anything to tell me. Is he a reincarnation of someone? A 17-year-old Shagya.
Olivero. Olivero. Horsey.
I don't know about horses' time span, I feel like he's telling me that he was prime of his life about 10 years ago. Would that be about right for him?
That would make him about 7.
About 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. When he was 10,
Oh.
it was like the prime. He was feeling like prime time. He seems like I feel he might be a little, is he vain? Would that be normal for him? He feels a little vain, like he's really he thinks he's so handsome. You must tell him that. You must tell him that a lot, Lori, because he feels he's so handsome. And even though he felt like his prime was like when he was 10, you still make him feel so handsome.
He feels like he stands apart from the other horses, or
They can live to 35. Okay.
He has a strong sense of himself, and I get that same feeling Debbie is getting, where he's proud and handsome, like he thinks he's very handsome, and he's, all things considered, he's quite self-assured, and feels, at home there, but he kind of feels like he's a little better than some of the other horses.
That's what I'm saying. That's where that little vain thing came.
Yes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you said vain. Yeah, because I'm hearing that same thing.
Lori says, I do tell him that. I just bought him a couple girlfriends to make some babies. Yeah. He said, I read that, I was waiting for Mark to kind of finish what he was getting. That he's like, I'm really popular with the girls or something like that. Like he thinks he's a hottie for sure.
Yep. And handsome.
Yes.
And they are rare. Okay. Arabian stallion, that's shag. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not getting a reincarnation of a person. I feel like this is a new relationship. But he's like, let's see how I can word that.
He's like would you call him like a new soul?
Yeah. And like wanting, but smart and self-assured. So it's like, you got him. He just is right ready to, grab hold of his life here with you and make the most of it. He's, yeah, go ahead, Deb.
You know what? This is what I'm getting, and I could be way off, Lori, but he reminds me of, like, he's not a deep old soul, like that old wisdom. He reminds me literally of those, and I hate to put this in a category, but the really handsome men that don't really have any brains with them, but they are just really handsome. You know what I mean? That type of feel to him. I don't know what word to put on that, Mark, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay, that's what he feels like. But super great, like youthful. I feel like he's gonna surpass that 35 mark, I think. Or at least, he's going to have, he's very youthful inside, even though he thought he was a little bit sexier 7 years ago. He still feels anyway.
Yep. He still feels like he's separate from the other horses.
Oh yeah, because he thinks he's all that. Yeah.
And that he goes, my heritage or breed is better. It's like, yeah, he has a little bit of a snotty attitude when it comes to the other horses. Now he likes you a lot.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
But he still feels like he stands above them, or it's about his breed, or he feels like, you know, I'm much more, they could all look up to me and that would be fine because I'm it, you know.
Exactly. He doesn't have to be the old wise one. He has a whole nother role here.
Right.
So I think, you know, just keep telling him how sexy he is and beautiful, and he's doing his job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like the child of a millionaire who just thinks everything is theirs and they don't really have to. It's like I was born with it, kind of. And well, I lucky, you know, I had the silver spoon, and you know, even though he ended up, you got him and everything, but he feels like he's a special breed. And I see you said they don't have babies much, or it's hard to get, you know.
He hasn't had a baby yet, but yeah.
I feel like he will breed, though.
Yeah, I do too. He'll be proud. He'll be proud to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Tony says, "Didn't we all feel a little sexier 7 years ago?"
Money.
So the great thing, Lori, is I have no idea what a Shagya Arabian stallion is or looks like. So she said, I think most Shagyas probably feel that. I have no idea.
Okay, Melinda, where did you hear that from? I think that was one of your sons. False Teeth Tarot says, did you see her?
Yes, I sure did.
He just said, I'm hung. They love me. And he probably is.
Yeah, it is. He's so happy with you, Lori. Yeah. Yep. He's your prize. He wants you to know.
Yep. Oh, he is breeding now. Yeah.
He's happy about that. Yeah.
I thought that. I think you're going to have a little one. Yeah. You know.
Awesome.
I need to come to your house someday just to see.
I know. Gosh.
All your horses and everything. All your fun animals you have and your property there. So lovely.
Where does Lori, does she live near you?
No, she doesn't. But I've read for her a few times, and by this time I know she has a lot of creatures. She's got a lot of horses and a cow and a bunch of acres, like a whole bunch.
Lori. That's awesome.
Acreage. But this is probably like the 5th horse that I've heard of.
Wow.
So she's got a lot of
Lori. Tony says Arabians are special breed. They must hear lots of love and compliments from everyone. Okay. Well, see, there you go. That's what he was asking for. Keep that up.
And that's exactly the way his energy felt.
Yeah, seriously.
You know, that.
Yep.
Because I feel him like even moving his head in a way that's very, you know, look at me.
Yep.
Like movie star or something.
Movie star. Yep.
Oh, she lives in Ontario, Lori does.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I think I sent cards there.
Yeah. Oh, good. That was fun.
That was fun. It was nice to meet him. All right. Okay.
Okay, Melinda, stop. Okay. You guys are all so fun. Okay.
Okay, so Loco Lolo, are you still here?
Max, we lost him late June 2019. He went missing.
Max. Lola, let us know you're still here. dive into that.
How old was Max?
Yep.
Hi, Loco.
She's still here. How old was Max? Man.
I'm just curious.
He was 14 to 15.
Okay. Well, I feel like he's gone. You know, he transitioned.
Yeah, he's showing me that.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps showing me if you kind of, I don't know how he got out, or if he was that type of cat that was an indoor, outdoor, or however that worked for you. But I do see him kind of. The feeling I get was that he did go out or whatever, do that kind of thing, and he wanted to come back, but then he was kind of spooked away from being able to get back. Something kind of spooked him to be able. So he's kind of showing me kind of hiding and kind of looking like, I want to get back over there, but I can't, whether it's across the street or something. Something spooked him, so he didn't come back.
He was indoor, outdoor.
Okay. So whatever happened, it was kind of like and then it kind of like, I don't know when that stress happens, when that stress happened for Max, it kind of like all of a sudden he was a little bit disassociated from his normal body and thinking. So whatever it was, it scared him, and then he couldn't get back. But he's showing me that nothing. I'm not seeing anything tragic in the end or anything like that. I feel like he just kind of did his cat thing at that point. Kind of did his thing. I don't know, Mark. I don't know. I don't know if the scene he's showing me is part of the end for him, or if he went off to kind of lay down and do his sleep and go home. But I do feel he did try to come back, and then he couldn't. I don't know if he was starting to kind of. It kind of reminds me of someone that with Alzheimer's that goes on a walkabout and can't find their home type of thing. That's the feel I'm getting. So I don't know if something kind of clicked and all of a sudden he just couldn't remember or something like that.
Yep. I feel like, I don't really feel like a traumatic thing. But I don't think he was alive much longer after you lost him. And I do feel like he just kind of laid down and died. But he was a little like discombobulated. He's a little bit confused. But he says, I chose to leave. It's almost like following a calling, or feeling like his time was coming to an end, and sort of following that impulse or that direction or something. It's a little weird. So my first thought, and I'll just stick with that, I think, is that on some level he knew it was time for him to transition, and he went to do that. That's what I'm getting. He seems a little young.
Yeah. Yeah.
But cats' lifespan used to be more like about that. I mean, in the past several years, they've increased their lifespan some, but I feel like he was ready to go or something, and he was just following. There's this instinct, or sometimes the animals just go and lay down and transition. And that's what this feels like to me. It's a little weird.
Yeah, he's showing me something. Yeah, I feel like there was something he was dealing with that was unseen. Like you wouldn't have been able to see it or feel it on his body. So he is kind of showing me that as well. But he wants you to know that he's all good. He's good. And he's so grateful that you allowed him to be, because he reminds me of like I don't know, a man's man, what you would call a man's man, but a male, you know what I mean, for a cat. And you allowed him to really be that. And he's grateful for that.
Oh, yeah. And plus, he was sick. So he was on pain meds and stuff. And then
Okay, because he's showing me something in his body that.
Yeah. I feel like he knew his time was coming. This is what I'm getting with that. And you said he was in pain and stuff. And he just stepped away to transit.
Yeah.
Now,
We call them
the cats do. I know that sounds weird, but they will go away from their family to pass sometimes. It's sort of a natural instinct. I keep getting that instinct. It's almost like it's time for me to cross, and they are called to it or something. Sounds very weird, but I keep getting that. So I know it's almost like an angelic being guiding him to pass.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to do it at the house. And like she says, that sounds right. And we wondered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do. Yeah. It's but he's sending he's saying to you, and just kind of energetically sending you love here and gratefulness. She said they called him Burt Reynolds of cats. Yeah, he was like the man's man. Thank you for doing that, because he really felt that. And so
that's very cute. I love that.
Yeah.
And that you picked that up too. That's very cute.
It's just interesting to how he was trying to show us both how this all played out, so you wouldn't have to worry about him anymore. Yeah.
Right. And know that he wasn't like killed or anything. I don't feel like.
Yeah.
He just wants you to know that he passed on his own terms and wasn't eaten or something like that.
Yeah, I do feel though he was literally like at first thinking maybe I should go home, and then he kind of like something made him not go home.
Right.
That came in pretty strong, so it's weird, but he knew he was doing the right thing by whatever he was choosing.
Yeah, found a place to lie down. Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then of course I just draw the death card. So it's like going to lay down to die,
Yep.
Really, death card, you had to come up then? It's very weird. The cards can be so weird. Anyway, okay.
Giving you a big hug, Lolo. Okay, a hawk from the neighboring woods came and landed in the wisteria vine in our backyard. It sat staring into our window for 2 hours. Was it okay? Or a message to us? Atha. Hi, Atha.
We both say Atha. She
I'm
told
sorry, Atha.
Well, yeah, I found that out because my last name's Atha, and then she pronounces
Sorry.
hers that
I
same
knew
way.
that, and I didn't do that.
My whole life, everyone always said Atha, though, so I'm sure she's had that too.
He's like, what, you know.
They never
He's like looking at the phone. It's Atha. Sorry, Atha. I got you. Atha.
A hawk from the neighboring woods came and landed in the wisteria vine.
Hawk. Atha, was that a are you going through kind of like a stressful time right now? The hawk is showing me an energy of like something stressful and kind of ebbing and flowing with that energy with you. I don't.
I feel like he'd had a little bit of an altercation or some kind of something with another bird, a little bit of a event. And so he came down and landed, in the wisteria to recuperate sort of and rest after a little bit. It seemed like a little event or a little back and forth. And so he came to recuperate a bit. But once he got there, it seems to me like he became really attracted to the energy, to your energy. And then he decided to hang there longer than he had intended because your energy, and also I think you guys were paying attention to him and he noticed that. And so he enjoyed this attention, because the attention is energy. And it was positive, and he sort of absorbed that energy, this wonderful, because it was a nice, positive, ooh, how beautiful he is. And oh, look, he's sitting there in the wisteria. And that's not really even a typical tree that a hawk would sit in, because it's more of a shorter, a vine-ish kind of a thing. I used to have a 50-something-year-old wisteria at my house in California, and boy, I love that plant. It smells like heaven when the flowers are on it. But I feel like then, once he got there, he just received a lot of energy from you guys.
Yeah.
It was like, like healing because of your positive attention. It filled him up. It kind of rebalanced him because I think he was in some kind of a kerfuffle or something.
Kerfuffle.
Before he landed there. A little bit of a something happened.
A little kerfuffle.
Yes. But once he got there, he went, oh, and look at, I feel all of this. So rather than trying to tell you something, I feel like he was just accepting and pulling that energy from you. It was like an energy share.
It was an energy share. That's exactly what he was showing me. But I also taking that opportunity with that exchange. To kind of move within your vibration, to lift it as well, because they do that as well. They're very, very, they're kind of all seeing. So if you are the energy that they bring, if you are working on, your third eye chakra or your crown chakra or whatever, your throat, if you're working on opening up, he wanted to share with you because you were sending him, love. He wanted to share back with you as well. So yeah, what a beautiful experience. That's awesome.
Yep. It was like this cool sharing of energy back and forth, and he was aware of it. That's why it might look like he was just staring right at you. And really and you might think, why isn't he flying away? Or it's so odd that he would just stay there. But yeah, he loved the energy that you were giving off.
Yeah. So what a treat for you. That's great. So Virgo and Sin, I love it. She's hurt her back. She's in the ER, but she is with us.
Okay.
And so we can go ahead and look at her.
All righty.
I'm going to turn on my heater. You guys, it's been snowing here for 2 days straight. I have my T-bar blanket with me, but it wasn't keeping me warm enough. Got to turn that heater on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes me cry. Well, Atha, we didn't really want to make you cry, but I know that was a good cry, wasn't it? It brought tears to your eyes because of that energy sharing with you and that beautiful hawk.
Atha?
Yeah. She said that made me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a beautiful, I love when our spirit team guides kind of makes stuff like that happen for us.
Yeah.
Because it's so important to interchange energy through our animals and through our trees and through each other. And so I just thank you for sharing that with us.
And she's aware enough, to offer him energy and stuff. And it was that awareness that he was like, hey, what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
All right. My dog, 18 and a half, has a tumor behind her heart, diagnosed October 2019. She's still with us. Doctor wants me to put her down before tumor burst. It's hard. When should I do it?
My dog. Oh, yeah. This is the person I wanted to know what the dog's name was.
Okay. So Virgo, I know you're in the ER with your back, but if you're hearing, can you go ahead and there she is. Can you put your dog's name, her name? Yeah. Abigail. Oh, sweet.
Okay. Thank you, Virgo.
Sweet Abigail.
Little Abby.
Oh, okay. I feel it would be important. I'm not sure. Let me sit with the timing. Maybe Mark will get something more on the timing, but I do feel like this is something I'm hoping that you're able to do at home with her, like a kind of ceremonial and because sometimes they can come to your home and you can do where it's, she's at home and safe and like that, and like normalize it. And so you're going to literally be there. She is so sweet. Like little Abigail, I just, my heart is breaking for you and her, because she just, but, to make it like, she's in your arms, and not in a sterile, but she's at home, and that transition would be so Yes, you could get a vet at home. Yes, I just feel that would be important to her to feel like family's around her and she's just in her normal and not in a sterile where she's like terrified already, and then it makes it a little more confusing on the transition. I feel like here, and I also see, I know, Mark, you're seeing this, other animals in spirit, like they're around her to help her transition from their home.
Yep.
But as far as choosing, it might be, I'm getting, you're going to want to maybe look at this within the next 3 weeks. Am I off on that, Mark?
Well, I feel like, first of all, I don't think she's in a lot of pain.
Okay.
Even with the tumor.
But you don't want it to burst, because that would.
I know that, but I'm just saying she's not laying around in pain.
Right.
Having said that, she may just go.
Okay.
Before she might just pass. Before you need to do that.
That would be nice.
Let me just see here. And the thing about, if that were to burst, it would be, she would already be in the process of leaving. So it's like she would just go.
Yes.
I don't think it would be a big, huge event or something that you would even be aware of.
Right. Virgo said it's instant death.
Yes.
So maybe that 2 to 3 week thing is just kind of prepare yourself and have her at home with you.
Yep.
I don't.
And I get you don't want the tumor to burst, but that's maybe the way she is going, or he. Her. She's going to pass.
Yeah, I'm seeing her at home with you.
It's kind of like when someone has a heart attack and passes, or they have like I know people who've had a massive heart attack in their sleep and they pass and they didn't even realize it happened or anything. It's kind of like that with this. So I know there's this horrible thought of, oh, I don't want that to burst. That would be horrible. But I don't even think she'd be that much aware of it. It's like she goes with it. Anyway, I'm just trying to say that so that you don't have this horrible fear built up about, well, that would just be awful if that happened. Because tumors do that. I'm having a hard time saying this, Debbie, but when you get old and you're getting closer to wanting to transition, and that means look at a new life, transition means you go back to spirit form, you reevaluate, and you either come back or you do something else. So when it gets closer to that, the body has different ways to help you leave.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like tumors or heart attacks or things like that. So the body has a way to take you out so that there's not an extended amount of suffering or a big long period of pain or something.
Yeah.
So in that way, the tumor helps. I know it sounds like completely backwards, but in that way, it helps her go ahead and leave her body. It sort of helps it go quickly rather than being a long, drawn out thing. She's lived with this tumor for a while, for years, actually. And the reason she's been able to is because it wasn't the kind of thing that gives you constant discomfort and pain. It's not something that she's kind of constantly aware of.
Yeah.
And so I feel like when it's time to go, that might help her go, but I don't think it's going to be a big, painful event. And I think all of this is a way of saying she prefers to be home.
Yes, from the get-go. She just wants to be home. She does not want to go back to that doctor. And she just wants to be at home with y'all. And I want you to continue to talk to her and let her know how much she's loved and she's safe and how much she's anchored into the family there, and that you're not going to take her back. And I don't feel I while Mark's been talking, I've just kind of been talking to her, and I really don't feel that she wants to be put down. I think she wants this to play out naturally. Interesting enough. So that's what she's telling me, that she kind of just allow this process to go naturally. But you said she follows you around everywhere. Just continue to say how safe and loved she is with you. And
you can also talk to her about, I know that, you're getting older, and if it's time, you feel like you need to transition and move from the family
yeah.
into a spiritual form, that's okay with us. We support you. We love you. And we love you even as you are transitioning,
Yeah, and she does see the other animals already there.
Yep.
So to help her, it's going to be a very she'll go right into. There's not going to be any trouble transitioning there. So
I think it'll be
yeah. So we are hugging you, Virgo, as you maneuver through this with her.
That's a wonderful way to respect and serve her soul. I know it's hard, and I know it's hard, but it's still a wonderful way to be of service to another soul. When my partner was dying, and he just kept having heart attack after heart attack after heart attack in the ICU, and it would just knock him completely unconscious. And then he would fight to come back, and then he'd come back, and then another one, and he would go completely out, and then he would fight to come back. And I got to the point where I had to say, honey, please, if you need to go, please go. Don't stay. Don't fight to stay to take care of me, and it was really hard to say that and to even get to the point of saying that. But it was very important for me. I'm still going to be here, whether you go or you don't go, or even if you can struggle back. But I don't want you just to do that in some way to take care of me. I want this to be, to work best for your transition.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he was conscious and awake when I told him that and talking back. And then another heart attack came, and he left immediately when it hit. And he didn't go through that struggle again and fighting back and trying to get back in. And, of course, it was really hard for me.
Of course. It's
but I felt that was important for me to say that. Same thing with my mom, that I just have to, on some level, please don't struggle on my account. I would rather align with your passing than you align with my grief. It's kind of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good. You'll feel, and this sounds stupid, but you'll feel better afterwards because you were able to serve them in that way.
Yeah.
It's
an absolute shared experience.
Right.
So.
Right. I know. Whenever I talk to anybody about it, I know it's so hard. I've had so many animals, and like I've said before, only one that I have to take to be put down. And I kind of feel a little guilty that I did that, but she was in pain and I couldn't stand it. But all my other animals have passed at home. And I'm glad.
Yeah, I feel like she didn't understand the pain. So I feel like that was a right choice for her, Mark. I don't feel she understood the pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was hard. You know, she cried.
It was scary. It was scary, she said.
Yep.
Yeah. So that makes sense to that.
Mm-hmm.
This is awful, Virgo. Her last dog, Maddie, was a traumatic death. The groomer drowned her.
Oh my God.
At 17 and a half years old. I was giving mouth-to-mouth and chest compressions on the way to the vet. Horrifying.
What the heck?
That's what I said, but I said different words.
Yeah. Well, that's horrible.
Horrible, Virgo. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, this would be nothing compared to that.
Nothing.
You know, I'll tell you.
That's a good idea too. I'm
Yes,
not a fan.
see why you
I bet you were, Virgo. How traumatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And you know, when it's getting to that point and you'll feel it, or I do, usually I go, uh-oh, seems like it's time. Just sit there, love them, be with them during it, and pray. Ask God to make the transition easy and smooth. You know, you can ask for assistance. Ask the angels to come and make this transition easy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I think that communication piece is important. There. Marie says, I don't have furry babies anymore, but so the pets of the world are all a little bit my own. Yes. Yeah. Me too. Anna. Hi, Anna. Good to see you. Are you still here with us?
I know we've been going a while now. Okay.
Yeah. Are you still with us, Anna? Let us know because we're down to the last bit and we want to make sure that you're here.
Hi, Anna. You're new to me. I don't know you. I don't think I've seen you yet.
I took my water up and forgot to bring it back down. And I drank all my water here. Oh well.
That reminds me, I'm thirsty.
Empty. It's empty. And I have my water pitcher, but it's upstairs. I didn't bring it down here, did I? Nope.
Well, plus Virgo was in the ER. Please.
I know. So we're wrapping you up too. I forgot. Horrible. Oh, Anna is here. And Bogart is a male dog. Bogart. Male dog. Okay.
Don't Bogart that joint. That's what we used to say back in the day. Don't be Bogarting that joint. That meant you hogged it off to yourself.
Yep. Don't be hogging it.
Bogart. Okay.
Yep. How can we help him? He's 3 years old, afraid of stairs. How can we help him? He's a lab.
Oh, she wrenched her back. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I keep reading.
Sorry.
Thank you, Holly.
Michelle says, I still say that.
Oh, Bogart? Yeah.
I have to put this in. Because,
of course, I have no personal experience, but that's what people told me they did.
Sure.
I was in college in the 70s, so, you know. Okay. Okay, Bogart. Why are you afraid of the stairs, buddy? Is he just afraid going down or both directions? He shows me going down the stairs. He don't like that very much.
Is there like some kind of depth perception here? He's had some experience too that's gotten him a little spooked, that it's kind of like stuck in him, like spooked. Yeah. At some level, it's kind of smart. You know what I mean? They're afraid of the stairs because it's like, that is not normal. Nothing's stable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Both directions mostly, but going up sometimes too.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, you can try to help him get through it by, you know, positive reinforcement is the best way to always do anything with the dogs. It's just positive reinforcement. So if he, whenever he uses them, oh, what a, you know, lots of compliments on what a good boy he is and how brave he is and stuff like that. Because he's just kind of got it in his head that this is scary. I feel like something when he was little sort of made him afraid of that. So we just have to kind of talk him through it or work him through it. You know, I could see you sitting on the stairs with him, like, you know, about halfway.
I saw that too. I literally saw her crawling up the stairs with him and kind of sitting with him and right in the middle of the stairs and like talking and treats and like, we're good. And then crawling. Literally, I saw the same thing.
Yep. I know, because we have one brain sometimes.
We do. We do.
Oh, she has a lift on that stairs too for her daughter who's in a wheelchair.
Well, that might. Have you tried any other stairs with?
Yeah.
To go ahead and go on past that lift. That's where the fear is coming from.
Yep.
Yep. So, yeah, get on those stairs, crawl up with slowly but surely. Stop right by the lift. Take away any type of like, because in her mind this is a shadow big thing. So that's so. Be resourceful and kind of manipulate around this and show her that it's okay.
He's a little afraid of the lift. Oh, she says he has no fear of the lift. But I feel like he does.
I do too.
Like that it's hit him or something, or it's that thing is nerve-wracking or something. It makes him, just when it's sitting there, it's not him being on it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it goes up and down or something, it makes him nervous. But again, I think the easiest way would be like what Debbie and I both saw, is you kind of sitting with him on the stairs halfway up and say, look how comfortable this is, and maybe give him a little treat. A lot of positive reinforcement vocally, you know, telling him what a good boy he is. And there's no need to be afraid. Look at this. This is fine. And, you know, sit halfway up and then call him to you. Come on up here. Not all the way to the top. He just has to go a few steps and then maybe a few more steps. But I feel like, you know, like Dave said, crawling up there with him, that you might have to go with him a few times. Now, I'm sure you're calling him up the steps and stuff like that, and you're there. But it seems like that will help the most, is to be on the stairs with him.
Yeah, because, you know, I literally feel it's just a little unclear and a little confusing for him. Like whatever this is going up and down, even if it's not up and down and you feel he's not, that doesn't make it, something about it is just kind of like it brings anxiety. Yeah, it stresses him out. So that's it. I mean,
Yeah, he's also confused about why does she have to use that? There's this confusion about sometimes you ride up and sometimes you walk. He doesn't quite know what's that machine. Why does she have to go on that machine or thing? There's something about that, and he knows about the wheelchair and stuff. I feel like
he understands that. He's
yeah,
wrapped his mind around that.
he kind of worries about your daughter a little bit on it or something. He's confused about that whole thing. So, I don't know how wide it is, but you guys might sit on the stairs while your daughter's riding up or something. I don't know if there's enough room for that all for you to be there at the same time, or if when she goes up, when she's using her lift, if you can't walk at the same time. I'm not sure about that.
He loves my daughter, and he's become unsure of her because we say gentle around her.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is all. So it's just literally helping him, talk to him, do that crawling up the stairs and sitting in the stairs with him, normalize it for him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's confused. He doesn't want to, he wants to do what makes everybody happy. And he gets a little bit of confusion about the stairs, but it has more to do with your daughter a little bit. And he's afraid he's not doing that right, or in a, talk to him and just be very clear. I always say, talk to him just like you talk to your daughter, just like that he understands what you say.
Yeah.
And just say, oh, this is a little confusing. I don't know your daughter's name, but she has this special chair which helps her get up and down. And, it's a good thing. We want him to think of it as a good thing that helps your daughter. In a way, he feels like you're putting her in this thing or something. He's worried about that thing.
Yeah.
So I think we've said it 100 times, but
I think so.
he's such a good boy. That's right.
He really is.
This is a misunderstanding.
It really is.
A miscommunication. Because he is a good boy. He loves your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's not afraid of the wheelchair. It's just that thing.
Yeah, it just makes no sense.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. And again, I know we didn't get to all the questions today, but Mark, you're back on this week doing a session of these, and then we'll be back next Monday on Mark's channel.
That's right. So Debbie and I are alternating on Mondays.
Yeah.
We're going back and forth because
So
that way.
if you haven't yet, please go to Mark's channel and subscribe and ring that bell, because I do get a little confused like I did yesterday. And I'm like, we're on Mark's channel, but we were on this channel. So it's important to be, if you, and I just enjoy even the family that I see, I hear, I can hear you and see you, even though you're not chatting in here. So I enjoy the whole family being here with us. So if you enjoy this too, please subscribe and do that bell so you're alerted to what Monday it actually is, because half the time I don't know what Monday it is.
Right. And I like to come over here too. We like to go back and forth because then I'll see people that don't come to my channel and I still like you and I want to meet you and stuff like that. Yeah. So I get to see new people and stuff, and that's great. And the same with Debbie.
Exactly.
To my channel. So that's another reason why we go back and forth, so we can reach more people and expand both of our channels and things like that. And then on Saturday, I always go on at 4 and I take any question, but of course you can bring animal questions on Saturdays too. On this Monday, we just do animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you again for sharing all your animal family with us. And it's been a pleasure to hang out. And so as we move forward, I continue to hold space for all those being affected in Ukraine and that part of the world, and continue to link arms together and build that dome of safety around them, and bring food and everything, all things that are needed, love, light, healing, whatever needs to happen.
And if you feel like you want to do something, because, sometimes you just feel like, can I do something?
Yeah.
You can just imagine yourself, use your imagination, guys, that it does wonders. And imagine yourself, if you want to, going into that dome of light and just sending blending your energy with that energy. So you're sharing your part of the creator with those people in need and those animals. You want to include the animals and the plants, the earth, that section of land. Mother Earth is also being pelted with bombs and
Yes.
Nothing like that. And the pets, even when you're taking them, you've got them, they pick up on your energy and the fear, so everybody's upset. So we just want to, if you just step in there for 2 minutes, and when I do it, it's almost like it's like I'm an X-Man, X-Man, and there's just light beaming out of my hands. Yeah. And for me, it comes out of my forehead, sometimes in my eyes, and I'm just sharing my energy with theirs. And my energy, of course, is source energy, just like theirs is. So I'm sharing my piece of the source pie and joining in with yours. So, I want you to know that I am here for you and with you. And when they hurt you, they're hurting me. We're in this together, and I'm stepping in this dome with you to show you my support and give you my energy. And all that energy comes from source. So, yes. You're another channel for it. It's just one more individual who said, I'm going to align with God, with source, and I'm going to bring healing, love, resolution to this, even if it's for 2 minutes. But I'll do that sometimes if I'm feeling frustrated and like I would just like to feel like I'm doing some kind of positive impact. And, I keep hearing that does it. You make a positive impact when you do that. And, when we do it in a group or when we do it by ourselves, either way.
Yep.
Okay.
Amen. And so it is. I hope.
So be it.
So be it.
Yep.
So blessings to you guys. Hugging you all, and we'll see you all soon.
Yep. Love you guys.